Hello, it's a new week and we are delighted to see you again in the daily news of Into Vietnam. It's Monday, November the 3rd, and in today's headlines. The HSBC Vietnam Manufacturing Purchasing Manager Index hits 51 points in October. The country's will spend 1.8 trillion dong in exchange for huge FDI projects. And the State Bank of Vietnam moves to increase the VMC charter capital. The HSBC Vietnam, in collaboration with market economists, launched the Vietnam's October Purchasing Manager Index, or PMI, on November the 3rd. Even though the PMI experienced a slight fall from 51.7 points in September to 51 points, the index signals a comprehensive improvement in manufacturing sector, as this condition have been fortified in the past 14 months. Production output, the number of new orders, and recruited employees all saw the strongest jump since January. The inflation of input costs recorded slow improvement for the third month in a row, and companies cut costs on the customers by reducing output cost. In the meantime, the delivery duration of manufacturers was shortened for the first time in 10 months, putting an end to 7 consecutive months of extending goods delivery time. The Finance Ministry proposed attractive tax incentives worth totally 1.8 trillion dong to major investment projects in an effort to lure more foreign investors to Vietnam. Though foreign investors in the country have been offered very attractive tax and land policies, the ministry still believes more incentives should be given to have Vietnam become more competitive with Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, and India in luring FDI. The ministry suggested a preferential corporate income tax rate of 10% for projects with modern technologies that are being used for the first time in Vietnam and or in Southeast Asia, to projects that make products with turnover of over 20 trillion dong a year, and to export processing enterprises employing more than 6,000 workers. The low tax rate of 10% instead of 25% would be applied for the first 30 years, once the projects begin to have taxable incomes, which means 15 years longer than stipulated in the current regulations. The State Bank of Vietnam has asked the government to increase the charter capital of VMC to enhance the company's financial capacity to buy and sell bad debts at prevailing market prices. The company's current charter capital is 500 billion dong, or $23.58 million, which is just modest compared with total non-performing loans that the company has to deal with. The State Bank of Vietnam figures show in the first 10 months, VAMC bought bad debts worth around 125 trillion dong, or $5.8 billion, and resolved bad debts worth 4 trillion dong, or $190.4 million, to the public. There was a proposal to increase the VMC charter capital to 2 trillion dong. The SBV set regulations on VMC operations that restricted the company from using the state budget to resolve bad debts were placed under review to reduce the company devotees. According to a government resolution issued on November the 1st, incomes from global government bonds are exempted from corporate tax and personal income tax. The resolution said global government bonds issued in 2014 will enjoy a 0% tax rate. The Finance Ministry was asked to include this content to the prospectus and documents for investors. The Ministry of Justice will also required to provide legal opinions for the issue of global government bonds this year. The General Department of Taxation said in 10 months, revenues from domestic collection, excluding crude oil, fulfilled 90% of the year's plan and rose 17.3% from the same period last year. Up to present, the majority of tax areas recorded good growth compared with the targeted plan for the year and the same period last year. Specifically, tax collection from state-owned sector completed over 80% of the planned target. Revenues from foreign invested enterprises hit over 90% of the plan, and income from private sector and land use hit 90%. 49 out of 63 provinces are on track to realize the state budget collection plan. Now, despite being quite vibrant in the recent time, the stock market couldn't receive any newly listed shares. Some businesses even delisted on the stock market. What is the root cause of the problem? Watch for more.
12 is the number of newly listed shares on SSX and SNX from the beginning of the year. 25 is the number of businesses had to delist in the first half of 2014. 50 is the number of businesses fixing the rates of requiring to get delisted since loss and disclosure violations. While the market witnessed a growth of more than 100 points in the last year, number of delisted firms are even higher than newly listed ones. Regardless of the profitable result, companies such as Mingfu Fisheries still left the stock market. Obviously, the stock market is really not a playground where everyone wants to participate.
Nhiều đầu tư lên sàn họ sợ rằng là doanh nghiệp họ tốt, nhưng mà có thể là nhà đầu tư sẽ định giá sai và gây ảnh hưởng đến uy tín của doanh nghiệp. Đơn cử có những công ty là lên sàn rồi và họ còn muốn rút khỏi sàn, như là trường hợp MBC Tô Minh Phú đợt vừa rồi là họ rất ngại cái việc là trên sàn, bởi vì trên sàn giá cổ phiếu nó không được như kỳ vọng. Thứ hai là nhà đầu tư nước ngoài họ nhìn vào, họ là doanh nghiệp xuất khẩu tôm, họ nhìn vào thì họ đánh giá là chẳng hạn như trường hợp của MBC là nó bị ảnh hưởng đến cái việc thỏa thuận hợp đồng giữa bên doanh nghiệp với nhà đầu tư nước ngoài.
Thực ra thì cái động thái mà rút khỏi sàn niêm yết thì mỗi doanh nghiệp có một cái đặc thù khác nhau. Không chỉ riêng với các cái doanh nghiệp làm ăn thua lỗ và phải tiến hành hủy niêm yết bắt buộc, thì nhiều các cái doanh nghiệp có động thái là xin rút khỏi niêm yết liên quan đến các cái yếu tố về việc là cổ đông chiến lược, hay là như các cái yếu tố liên quan đến cái việc là họ cái việc quản lý của họ đối với cổ đông thì là họ sẽ dành nhiều thời gian hơn cho cái việc quản lý đấy chẳng hạn.
Being listed, businesses have to regularly spread information, especially after HOSE and SNX established new listing regulation with several self-conditions valid from early of 2014. Profitable businesses are quite appropriate with information transparency, but unprofitable ones are uncomfortable with it.
Còn niêm yết trên sàn thì rõ ràng là khi mà niêm yết trên sàn thì cái đòi hỏi về mặt công bố thông tin chắc chắn là sẽ phải quyết liệt hơn và thực hiện một cách nó gọi có hệ thống, nghĩa là qua mỗi kỳ mỗi quý là đều phải công bố thông tin. Thì rõ ràng đây là từ trước đến nay đây luôn luôn là một lý do mà khiến cho rất nhiều doanh nghiệp chưa muốn niêm yết.
That is not to mention becoming listed definitely divides the power and the interest of the beneficial stockholders group. Therefore, their leadership roles are affected. USOEs such as Volcarimac, Vinatex or Sasco are typical examples. No one wants the paradox newly listed stocks are scarce despite of growing markets to persist. But it's very difficult to make businesses unfair of being listed in the current condition.
And the final part is summary of local gold prices, forex and stock market. Well, program has come to an end. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you soon and goodbye for now.